Hello dear students, here I am today with the exercise from the part of assertive nationalist exercise. The questions of short answer type are: number 1, why is October 16, 1905 regarded as an important day in the history of Indian national movement? Because the province of Bengal was partitioned on this day, on 16th October 1905. Second question, who composed the Bande Mataram? It was composed by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. And the next part of the question state the reaction of the masses to the proclamation of the partition of Bengal. When Bengal was partitioned, the masses reacted with widespread protest and agitation against the British and against the partition of Bengal. Question 3. Name any two prominent leaders of anti-partition agitation of Bengal. Then followed by name the song composed by Rabindranath Tagore during the anti-partition agitation. The leaders of Bengal were Bipin Chandra Pal, Aurobindo Ghosh, Rabindranath Tagore himself, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. While the other part of the question is the leader, that is Rabindranath Tagore. He wrote the song Amar Sonar Bangla. Who were assertive nationalists? Why were they so called? The younger group of leaders of Congress within the Congress who did not agree with the methods of the early nationalists were known as assertive nationalists, and they adopts the method like they advocated the active resistance of British imperialism, so they were called assertive nationalism. They followed the methods of assertion and aggression. 5. Name 3 prominent assertive nationalist leaders. What was the aim of assertive nationalists as far as the national movement was concerned? The 3 leaders are Lal Bal Pal, Lal Lajpat Rai, Bal is Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Bipin Chandra Pal. And what was their objective? It was the immediate attainment of Swaraj. That was the aim or objective of the assertive nationalists. Then comes question number 6. How did the assertive nationalists expand the social base of the national movement? To expand the social base, they involved the masses. They invited common people, and the masses were taught by their own sacrifices and sufferings. The leaders influenced the masses with their own sacrifices and sufferings. Question 7. What were the 2 methods adopted by assertive nationalists in the freedom struggle? Basically, they adopted Swadeshi and boycott. National education and involvement of mass is different. 2 main are Swadeshi and boycott. Question 8. Mention any 2 reasons for the rise of assertive nationalism. Why did the educated Indians turn against the British? The reason of growing assertive nationalism, the assertive nationalists recognize the true nature of the British rule. The first is that, mention 2 reasons. Number 1 reason is they recognize the true nature of the British, that they did not want to give governance, rather wanted to continue rule and exploit Indians. And the second of the reason is the failure of the early nationalists. The early nationalists failed in their struggle against the British to achieve anything. So, the assertive nationalists rose. Why did the educated Indians turn against the British? Because they realized the true nature of the British. Question 9. List any 2 international events that shattered the myth of European superiority or British sovereignty. During those days, Japan, an Asian country, defeated Russia, and Italy, another powerful country, was defeated by Abyssinia in Ethiopia. Question 10. Mention any two measures that show that Lord Curzon's policies were repressive. Partition of Bengal was proclaimed and then done by Lord Curzon. So partition of Bengal against the wishes of Indians was one of the repressive measures of Lord Curzon. He also had passed an act called the University Act. He also had passed another act called the Calcutta Corporation Act. These were a few repressive measures. Question 11. Who is known as father of assertive nationalism? To which state did he belong? Bal Gangadhar Tilak is known as father of assertive nationalism. He belonged to Maharashtra. Then comes next, name the two books written by Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Gita Rahasya and Arctic Home of the Vedas were the two books written by Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Question number 13. What efforts did Tilak make to instill the spirit of nationalism in Indians? He started the Ganapati and the Shivaji festivals. He also started newspapers in which he wrote against the British and invited the youth to join the freedom movement. 14. When and why did Tilak leave the Indian National Congress? Tilak left the Indian National Congress in 1907. Why? Because he was against the policies of the early nationalists. They were in brief about the contributions and the methods and work of the assertive nationalists. Question number 15 we have come now. Why did Tilak revive Ganapati and Shivaji festivals? He revived Ganapati and Shivaji festivals to instill the spirit of patriotism and nationalism in the youth. In the name of festivals, he collected the youth and every evening he taught them the need of joining the freedom movement. 16. Mention any two achievements of the assertive nationalists. This is also not a part of the scope, still we write the answer. The achievements like expose the true character of the British, promoted self-reliance through Swadeshi, and set up national educational institutions are few of the achievements of the assertive nationalists. Going through the exercise is not enough, children. We need to make our own questions and answer. A few extra questions I have made for you. Question 1. When and why was Bengal partitioned? 2. What was the importance or significance of Congress session in 1907? 3. Mention the aims and objectives of the assertive nationalists. 4. Why were Swadeshi and boycott considered as the two sides of the same coin? 5. Mention two books written by Lala Lajpat Rai. 6. Mention two newspapers for which Bipin Chandra Pal had worked. Answer these questions and we shall come with another lesson in the next. Till then, be happy, keep learning, stay safe, stay at home. Bye-bye.